Hello, and welcome. So this is the social media switch off for this week, and today I'm with Jad Orlinska, the energy alignment and healing coach. Absolutely, I tell you what, Jad is just so amazing. What can I say? What can I say about you? That Yad's been on a spiritual journey nearly all her life, and in 2007 she had a beautiful spiritual awakening. And I'll say beautiful spiritual awakening. Hopefully, it was beautiful spiritual awakening. But she's got so many years of experience in her field, and her core belief is that she believes that everyone has the freedom to be themselves, to create the love, um, to create what you love, and to be free of the constraints of society. I'm getting there with the societies of norm.
Shall I say it? Shall I say it? Thank you.
Thank you. I can just go intuitively with what I feel that you are, and you're just amazing.
Oh, thank you so much, Trina. I'm really blessed to be here. Thank you very much for inviting me, and I'm absolutely delighted to be speaking to you and to your group. So my belief, my core value, this is really what I stand for and what I represent. And you might get a hint because I've got blue hair. So I believe that everyone should have the freedom to be themselves, to create a life that they love, one of free of the constraints of society's norms, without worrying about what other people think. And that's it. That's what we should all have.
That is beautiful, and that's exactly what I wanted to say. That is exactly what I wanted to say. You know what? It's really lovely to have you here. Um, you know what? Tell me about your spiritual awakening.
Okay, so spiritual awakenings are not necessarily a nice experience. I mean, I've been, as you said, I've been on a journey all my life, really, spiritual and personal development, always interested in spiritual stuff, visiting mediums and different things. But when I had my spiritual awakening, actually was my third eye was open in a very, very, not violent, but very painful way. And it really took me by surprise. And so I ended up then I started seeing colours in my meditations and just went on a long journey then of a lot of self-doubt because you quite often when you're on your own you do feel sometimes that you're just going crazy. So I went through a dark night of the soul and a lot of peeling away the layers, finding different healing modalities, found EAM, and now here I am ready to share what I've learned and my experiences with the rest of the world.
Oh wow. And I said, beautiful spiritual awakening, but I was being a bit covering it a little bit. Because it's obviously not so. But when you come out the other side of it, you feel like in a different place, in a different space. And what you do at the moment, especially with spiritual junkies, and which we'll tell you about a little bit in a bit, is that you do something so wonderful. It helps other people peel their layers and heal themselves. We'll speak about that in a bit anyway, but tell me a little bit about EAM.
Right, so the energy alignment method, which I discovered about 3 years ago, it is a self-help technique. It's a mixture of Eastern and Western philosophies. So when you learn more about it, you'll find there are elements of it that you do recognise. So it's a mixture of kinesiology. His background is in neuroscience research, NLP, positive psychology, and Eastern spiritual principles. It was put together by the amazing Yvette Taylor. I can't thank enough for this. And she put it together as a self-help technique. So her passion is for people to be able to heal themselves and not have to keep going back to a healer or a therapist. But her background is in energy medicine, studying the law of attraction and traditional Chinese medicine. So it's one of those things that's not just a self-help technique, but it actually becomes a way of life. It's something that you keep doing daily to help you, to support you. I think it will become a bit more apparent. It's very hard to describe, really, and I think really you need to experience it. So hopefully we'll be able to do that for you and for your group today.
I think that's the best way, like to show it in the practical sense, because I remember having this done last year, and I had the just the most wonderful, wonderful feeling that I never felt in my body in ever. I kind of thought, oh my God, what has been going on with my body all this time? I never felt that feeling before. It was just absolutely amazing. And to do EAM, it just takes away all the, I don't know, it's like your body just eases, and then all of a sudden your heart starts buzzing and purring almost. That's a feeling that I had. It was wonderful, wonderful.
It's all about the energy. So there are thousands of healing modalities. So really, we do find the one that resonates with us. But the difference between EAM and other healing modalities, because it is different and it's divinely gifted, really, it's the fact that you release what's going on, but then when you're left with this vacuum, you actually then fill that with what you want, with something positive, so that you end up feeling in a good, in a good place, good space. And it's primarily, it's a 5-step process. So I'm not going to take you through all of the 5 steps today because it's quite hard to do usually. So the first thing you do, step 1, is you ask. So you ask your body, you ask the question, what's going on? And the second step is that you move. So in this step, this is where the applied kinesiology comes in, where you use your body as a pendulum. So that's a difficult thing to explain. It's something that you really need to experience. But you stand with your knees soft, your feet hip widths apart, and you just allow your body to just relax. And you ask, you're going to do it?
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Show people how to do it.
Yeah. Okay, you won't be able to see me very much, but I am standing up right now.
Okay.
My feet hip width.
So if you stand a bit sideways so people can actually see that your body moves.
Okay, I will do.
Okay, so you ask yourself a question that you know the answer to.
Okay, is my name Trina?
Okay, so your body will respond by moving forward. So say this is applied kinesiology with your muscles contracting and relaxing according to positive and negative questions that you ask. So now ask a question that you know the answer is no to.
Okay, am I a clown?
There you go. Are you what? What's the question you ask? Okay, so this is the basic thing. So you ask a question and then you feel your body responding. It's just the way you've just done. And the next thing is the experience. So this is the thing that we can take the people, your group through. So you've been doing work around businesses and personal training, haven't you? So you'll take a seat then and ask all the people that are on the call that are listening to the replay just to take a moment and just to breathe deeply. Okay, and if you can take a belly breath. So breathe into your belly and allow your belly to extend to a full breath. And just sort of feel into your energy and think about your business. Think about the current situation. Whatever's really bothering you, allow that to come up into your mind, into your body. So we're looking at the muscular tension after this long week. So just feel into your body. See if you can feel any pains, any part of your body. It might come up as an emotion. It might come up as a colour, just a feeling, or as a physical pain. So what's coming up for you, Trina?
So mine, which I thought that everything was okay, but frustration a little bit. So yeah, so I don't know whether anyone else is feeling that as well, but frustration.
Okay, so what we do now is we transform. So we've got a set of statements that we repeat, and so I'll say them, you repeat them after me, and we'll use the word frustration. But people who are listening can add in any words that whatever they're feeling, allow that, replace the word frustration, or just add to it whatever's going on in their energy. Okay, so when you're ready, so repeat after me. I'm ready to release.
I am ready to release
all of this frustration.
All of this frustration
that I'm feeling in my body.
That I'm feeling in my body.
These negative emotions.
These negative emotions.
Release them from my energy.
Release them from my energy.
In all forms.
In all forms.
On all levels.
On all levels.
And all points in time. I am ready to release.
I am ready to release
all of this frustration.
all of this frustration
around my business
around my business
and the current situation.
and the current situation.
Release this from my energy,
I release this from my energy,
from every cell of my body,
from every cell of my body,
in all forms,
in all forms,
on all levels,
on all levels,
at all points in time.
at all points in time.
I should warn you, so when the energy is being released, it often makes you yawn, it can make you belch, it can make you fart, it can just be rumbling in your tummy, but it's all a good sign. It's a sign that your energy is moving. So it's not because Trina's bored, it's because the energy is actually shifting, and it's a very positive sign. Okay. So we'll just say this one last time. I'm ready to release.
I am ready to release
all the remaining frustration.
all the remaining frustration.
Any negative emotions.
Any negative emotions.
Any physical pain in my body.
Any physical pain in my body.
Related to my business.
Related to my business.
Related to the current situation.
Related to the current situation.
Or to anything that's bothering me now.
Or to anything that's really bothering me now.
Release it from my energy.
I release it from my energy.
In all forms.
In all forms.
On all levels.
On all levels.
At all points in time.
At all points in time.
So take a deep breath. Just breathe out slowly. So just check in with your body again and just feel, is that gone? Is that resistance gone? So normally we'd ask you to sway on this and ask if it's gone.
It's gone. Slight residue just under here, but that's about it. I knew it wasn't a lot that was coming up, because I've been working on it all week anyway. But yeah, just around here. I don't know.
Okay. So we'll just do this one more time, and it will benefit people who are listening. And if you're just listening on, actually, it's going to benefit you anyway, even if you're not joining in. So at this point, we'd ask you to sway. I'd ask you to use your body as a pendulum to check in with your energy, because we're only aware, actually, 5% of your mind is conscious. 95% is the unconscious and the subconscious. And what we're doing when we're using applied kinesiology is we're tapping into the subconscious mind. So we're finding out what the root cause is going on. So 5% of you feels frustration, but the 95% of the subconscious mind actually knows really what the root cause is and whether it's more than frustration. So the sway is actually a really important part of this. But for the benefits of this demonstration and for your group, we're just doing it as a general clearing.
Yeah, this is lovely, by the way. Just feels like I'm starting to feel a bit more relaxed, which is nice.
Good. Okay, good. Right, so let's just do another round, releasing all the remaining frustration, any tension, any pain. Okay. So I'm ready to release.
I'm ready to release.
Any remaining frustration.
Any remaining frustration.
Any tension or pain in my body.
Any tension or pain in my body.
Related to my business or the current situation.
Related to my business or the current situation.
Related to anything that's bothering me now.
Related to anything that's bothering me now.
I release it from my energy.
I release it from my energy.
In all forms.
In all forms.
On all levels.
All levels.
And at all points in time. I'm ready to release.
I am ready to release
any remaining frustration.
Any remaining frustrations.
Any tension or pain in my body.
Any tension or pain in my body that's being held in my body at any point or any time.
That's related to my business.
It's related to my business.
Or the current situation.
Or current situation.
Or anything that's bothering me now.
Anything that's bothering me now.
Release this from my energy.
I release this from my energy.
In all forms.
In all forms.
On all levels.
On all levels.
At all points in time.
At all points in time. So I'm going to shake my hands.
That's it. Shake it out. Shake out. Allow the energy to move around your body. And we'll do this once more.
Shake my feet as well.
We'll just do it as a set of 3. There's a lot of power in the number 3. So you often find you need to repeat this 3 times, at least 3 times.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Oh.
So you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm ready to release.
I am ready to release
all the remaining frustration.
all the remaining frustration,
any tension or pain in my body,
any tension or pain in my body
related to my business, to the current situation,
or
or anything that's bothering me now. Release it from my energy. In all forms, on all levels, and at all points in time.
Eyes are like watering, it's lovely.
That's good. That's another side of the energy moving, so it's all good.
That's the that feels like the little bit of that's a little bit of tension that was just underneath coming out then.
Okay. So as I said, now we'd normally check in and make sure everything's released. So, but if you need to repeat this, then anyone who's obviously listening onto the replay can just do that and repeat that until they feel that this has gone from their body. And then we move on to doing the step 5, which is manifesting what you'd like. Just do that, repeat that until they feel that this has gone from their body.
Hold on. Sorry, it's because I was having a look to who's commented, and then obviously started playing by accident. Sorry.
Okay. So you okay, Trina?
Step 5.
You ready for step 5?
I am ready for step 5.
So what we usually do when we do step 5 is that we put our arms up into a funnel shape, and that just allows the energy to just flow into. As I say, you're then a funnel, and it allows the energy to flow in, and it's a much more powerful way. To bring in the positive, to manifest what you want. So you would align to, quite often when you're doing this, you would align to the opposite of what you've just released. But really, it doesn't really matter what you're aligned to. You're just aligning to something that's positive. And my default is always love, joy, and freedom, because who doesn't want love, joy, and freedom in their life? So, but for this one, I'm going to align to some things around your business. Okay. So again, repeating after me. You ready?
Yep. Do you want me to stand up?
You can stand, or you can, it's whatever you feel is comfortable for you. So when we stand, quite often it helps the energy to move. And right, so fully embrace this. Okay, so I'm ready to align.
I am ready to align.
To having an abundant business.
To having an abundant business.
I am open to shining my light.
I am open to shining my light.
With an open heart.
With an open heart.
Allowing the people that I'm here to serve.
Allowing the people that I'm here to serve.
To easily find me.
Easily find me.
I am in flow with my business.
I am in flow with my business.
And my life.
And my life.
Free of stress and worry.
Free of stress and worry.
Everything I need to move forward.
Everything I need to move forward.
Comes to me with ease and grace.
Comes to me with ease and grace.
With love, joy, and freedom.
With love, joy, and freedom.
Clarity, trust, and confidence.
Clarity, trust, and confidence.
My business is blossoming and growing.
My business is blossoming and growing.
I allow this into my energy.
I allow this into my energy.
In all forms. On all levels. And at all points in time. I am ready.
I am ready.
To align to having an abundant business.
To align to having an abundant business.
I am open to shining my light.
I am open to shining my light.
With an open heart.
With an open heart and mind.
I allow the people that I'm here to serve to easily find me.
I allow people that I'm here to serve easily find me.
I am in flow with my business.
I am in flow with my business.
Free of stress and worry.
Free of stress and worry.
Everything I need to move forward.
Everything I need to move forward.
Comes to me with ease and grace.
Comes to me with ease and grace.
With love, joy, and freedom.
With love, joy, and freedom.
With clarity, trust, and confidence.
With clarity, trust, and confidence.
My business and my life.
My business and my life.
Is blossoming and growing.
Is blossoming and growing.
I allow this into my energy.
I allow this into my energy.
In all forms.
All forms.
On all levels.
On all levels.
At all points in time.
At all points in time. I can really feel this.
You can feel.
Wow.
You can feel the energy. Okay, we're going to say this once more. So I am ready.
I am ready.
To align to having an abundant business.
To align to having an abundant business.
An abundance in every area of my life.
An abundance in every area of my life.
I am open to shining my light.
I am open to shining my light.
With an open heart and an open mind.
With an open heart and an open mind.
Allowing the people that I'm here to serve.
Allowing the people that I'm here to serve.
To easily find me.
Easily find me.
I am in flow with my business.
I am in flow with my business.
Free of stress and worry.
Free of stress and worry.
Everything I need to move forward.
Everything I need to move forward.
Comes to me with ease and grace.
Comes to me with ease and grace.
With love, joy and freedom.
Love, joy and freedom.
Clarity, trust and confidence.
Clarity, trust and confidence.
My business and my life is blossoming and growing.
My business and my life is blossoming and growing.
I allow this into my energy.
I allow this into my energy.
Into every cell of my being.
Into every cell of my being.
In all forms.
In all forms.
On all levels.
On all levels.
And at all points in time. Okay, so take a deep breath and allow that to just embed into your body, into your energy.
So what I just did then was, as the heaviness of the energy in my arms, I brought my arms down, and every breath that I took, I breathed in every single bit of energy. And I could feel the energy swirling kind of round into my shoulders and back out again, going back in. So as you bring your arms down, that is really beautiful to do.
That's lovely. That's absolutely lovely. And there isn't any right or wrong way. You can't release anything that serves you. So you can't make a mistake, and you can't really align to things that aren't going to serve you. So you really don't need to get hung up about the words you're using, and everybody's experience is different. But when the energy's moving and you can feel it, it might just be very subtle. And particularly when people start doing EAM, the sway isn't always very strong, and they're worried about getting it right. And really, there isn't anything to be worried about. You can't get it wrong at all. And with practice, the energy gets stronger, your sensations get stronger. But it's the same with everything, isn't it? As we practice, we become more attuned to what's going on.
Yeah, that was absolutely wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And now I feel like my energy is just in a different place than what it was before. I think sometimes, and I do this often, I think we work, and I don't always put back stuff because I try and clear it out, but some stuff does get put back, and some stuff does get kind of piled down to the bottom to then be released with something like this. And yeah, I love it. And I love it anyway.
I know you love it anyway. And it's such a simple technique to use. And whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, whatever's coming up for you, you can just use these steps. You can just say, I'm ready to release all of these feelings, overwhelmed, whatever it is. Release it from my energy in all forms, on all levels, at all points in time. And then remember the important thing, because it is the energy alignment method. And we're always bringing it a step further, so always manifesting something. So whenever you've released something, to remember to then bring in something positive and good related to what you want in your life.
Wow. So if you go through them steps again, step 1.
So step 1 is you ask. So bring to mind whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is. So you just think, often we don't really consciously ask anyway. So if we're feeling overwhelmed, you might stop to think, what am I feeling? Oh, it's overwhelmed. So there you ask. And then you move. So you ask your body about the overwhelm. And we often ask, so I didn't mention this, but the 3 states of flow that we're in, the 3 states of our energy. So when we're in flow, our energy is moving in the forward direction. Everything's working out for you. The clients are coming, your body feels good, the traffic lights are green, you get the parking spaces, everything's wonderful. When our energy is in resistance, it's almost as though it's snagged on something. So that happens when you've had something negative that's happened to your life. And that's then, it's held in your aura, and your energy isn't able to move freely through. So we call that resistance. And when your energy is an energy reversal, it means it's actually going backwards, which is quite often some trauma that you've had. It doesn't have to be a big T trauma. It can be a mild trauma. Bearing in mind, if something's happened to you as a child you'll see it as a big T trauma. Say, for example, you've dropped your ice cream. You might see that as a big T trauma, but we're looking at it as an adult. You think, well, that wasn't significant, but actually to you as a child, it was. And that could cause something like an energy reversal. And then you might have a funny relationship with ice cream and you don't really know why. So then this is where we can investigate with the sway, when we use our body as a pendulum then to ask the questions of what's going on. So then you move in response to the questions that you're asking. So have I got resistance to this? Is there an energy reversal around this? Then you experience it. So you allow your body to move forwards or backwards to give you the answer. And it is an investigative process. There's an art to it. But it can be, it is, to keep it simple as possible is the key, to not try and go too deep with it. Then once you've established, so if you've got resistances, the way we work today was to feel into your energy, to feel for emotions, to feelings, sensations. But you can ask, if you're a very logical person, you can ask about numbers. You can ask how many resistances I've got. And then you work step 4, you transform, you release them using the statements. And then finally you manifest. If your body does start moving oddly, so if you start moving side to side, it's not a problem. It usually indicates you've got an energy reversal rather than resistance. So then you would be asking your energy, instead of have I got resistance around this topic or whatever it is, you'd say, have I got any energy reversals? It's really hard to explain that in such a short space of time, but that's a very brief introduction to the energy alignment method.
But that's really great advice. That is really great advice, and really, what's the word I'm looking for? It's really key advice, especially at these moments in time as well. That's why this is the whole point of doing these interviews, so people can find the modality that fits them, and this is such a beautiful modality that it could not be shared. I could not share it. That's I could not share it. So tell us about Spiritual Junkies.
Okay, that's wonderful. We've been going for 5 weeks now, because we started this because of the current situation, and what we're feeling is that as empaths and people who are more sensitive, they're picking up a lot. They're really feeling it very strongly, the situation, a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry. And what's happening is, because we are a collective consciousness, is people are picking up on other people's energy without realizing. So we understood that we needed to do something to kind of help support this. So the wonderful Nikki Hetherington and myself set up the Spiritual Junkies. So we meet, it's online via Zoom, and we meet at 11 o'clock every weekday. And we take you through a healing process. So sometimes it's an energy alignment method. Nikki does matrix re-imprinting and body code. So she takes you through into the matrix and releasing stuff that way. We have other healers. We've got a wonderful lady, Anya Carhill, who comes in and does some wonderful meditations with us, and is into holistic living. So she brings her wisdom into that. And we have some guest healers. And it's basically an hour a day, just getting yourself into alignment, letting go of whatever's going on, giving yourself some time for you, which is, I think, absolutely essential. And if you can't make it, we have actually got this, got a replay page on my website, so you can catch up with the replays and join in. We had an amazing session today.
That I tell you what. That was wonderful. So I'm in Spiritual Junkies as well, and we had the beautiful Kerry O'Sullivan in today, who was absolutely wonderful, talking all about sexual energy, and how to use your sexual energy, how to activate it, and that was mind-blowingly amazing. It was.
Absolutely, but that's a very important part of the manifesting process. So that was good. So that'll be on our replay site later on today. I managed to get that sort of thing. Yeah, when I finished editing it. But it's absolutely wonderful, and it's so lovely. The work we do on ourselves is really powerful, but when you do it with other people as collective energy, there's an awful lot more power in that. A lot more. You just, you're really feeling into that energy with other people, and it amplifies it. So it's not really something that's easy to describe. It's really something you need to experience.
Yeah, and I think with any, I think with any of these things, it's about the experience of it. When you feel these things yourself, and it's, I remember doing a video a while back, go with what makes you feel good. And this is a great time to go with what makes you feel good. If it makes you feel good, go with it, and that's the main thing. That's the whole point of listening to your body, because if your body feels good, then go with that. Go with that.
And that brings me to one last thing that I forgot to mention was the water. To make sure, especially as you're doing the energy healing work, to keep yourself hydrated, it's really important. And as you're doing the energy, as the energy shifted, you probably need to drink more than you normally would. If your sway doesn't work, it's quite often a sign that you are dehydrated as well. So water is an important part of our lives, isn't it?
I'm going to go get some more in a minute and go sit outside anyway and go ground as well. That's what you mentioned before in Spiritual Junkies, to go outside and go ground as well.
To ground yourself, yes. If you can walk outside and stand barefoot on the ground, go and hug a tree to keep yourself grounded.
Yes. Hugging a tree. Yeah. Lovely. So your links. So if you would like to get in contact with Jad, you can find her at it's energyalignment.co.uk, isn't it?
That's right, and pretty much everything is on there, really. I've got other groups and other links, but really everything is on that site that you can find. And you can get in touch with me at energyalignment.co.uk, or my Facebook is, if you look for at EAM Coach, then that's my Facebook page. If you'd like to join the Spiritual Junkies, everybody's absolutely welcome to join it. We have got a group, but we ask you to come and join us in with the session first, just so that you know what it's about and that you can get a feel for the energy and make sure it's right for you. And then you're welcome to come and join us in our private Facebook group. So there's more support and love in that community too. So that's what we're all about, aren't we? About the healing and the love and spreading our magic. And
yeah. So I tell you what, it's one of those things that you wait for on a morning. It's almost like you kind of pack your kids off. It's like, kids, like, just go and play outside on your bikes or something. Mommy's going to go healing. And it's just it is wonderful. Such a wonderful group of people. And I love what Anne does.
It's wonderful, isn't it? But I'm very blessed. I feel very blessed. So it has been a rough journey, and I can't say it hasn't, because our spiritual journey and our it's all journeys. Your business journey, it isn't a smooth path, is it? It's up and down, and it's actually having techniques to help you, healing modalities to help you with this is really key to keeping your sanity and actually keeping to your path.
You know what I would have said? Years ago, like sometimes when you mentioned like your spiritual awakening, it wasn't like the best thing. And I remember, going down the path of spirituality and just feeling like almost like I was talking to myself all the time and all this kind of thing, all this kind of stuff, like I was mad or something. But the more I practice the different tools, the more I accept and the more I feel safe with doing this. My whole perspective on life has literally changed. So I'm more positive than what I was probably about 5-10 years ago to where I am now. I'm more positive now to where I was 5-10 years ago. So as you start to come along, life starts to change. You don't see things in the same way as what you used to.
That's absolutely true. So where I imagine it really is that if you think about all the negative experiences that you had, anything people have said to you, anything you've seen, you've heard, if you think about that as a black blob in your aura, and it's just a black blob in your energy field, and it affects the way you see the world, and it affects the way the world sees you. So when you do this healing modality, or actually any type of healing, what it does is it releases those blobs, and so that you end up seeing the world in a different way, and then the world sees you in a different way. So we're responsible for our own energy. We work on our own energy, but actually doing the work on ourselves actually affects the way other people see us and treat us. And it is quite magical, really, isn't it?
Yeah, you know what? It is so magical, and it's just a beautiful feeling. And having you here to talk about it is just wonderful.
Thank you. It's I love this. This is, I could talk about this all day. I love this, and I do actually offer SOS sessions, so people are feeling, especially at this time, if they're really in crisis, then please get in touch with me, and I can support you in any way that I can.
Yeah, I've put your details as well, so they should be above. And yeah, I've got Jad's details above, so if you want to reach out to her, work with her, just click the link above and get in contact, because she's absolutely wonderful. Even I've had a session with her as well, I have to say, and that was really great, really, really great.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words.
No, you don't even know what's going on as well, so yeah, it's nice to have like that kind of come up. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.